This is Stacy McKibben with the Master Communicator podcast, where CEOs, senior leaders, and C-suite executives share their advice. It's 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best leaders know how to share their ideas concisely and quickly. Let's jump right in. Question number 1. In a few sentences, tell me who you are and what you do.
Hey, Stacy, I'm Matt Toledo. I'm the CEO of ProVisors, which is the National Membership Organization of Trusted Advisors.
How long have you been doing that, Matt?
It's been just under 3 years.
Fantastic. Well, I'm really excited to hear your thoughts, especially because you're kind of coming from the position of leading leaders. So there's a bunch of folks out there, right, that are leading in their own right, and you're kind of leading those leaders. So I'll be really excited to hear your perspective on these things. Which leads me into question number 2, which is, what's the best thing about leading people from your perspective?
Well, I think the best thing about it is the inspiration and the ideas that I learn from engaging with people. So for me, it's not so much an outward expression. It's what am I also receiving back? What am I learning from the opportunity of leading people? The other part of it is, I think about people and leading people both internally and externally. And in both aspects, one of the most valuable things for me and the benefits that I get is helping people understand what they want out of life, what they want from an experience, and then helping them get it. So whether it's an internal team member or somebody else I'm leading, taking the time to really listen and understand what is it that they're trying to accomplish, help them figure that out, and then help them accomplish it. That's the best part of it.
I totally agree with that. Do you find that most people know what they want, or do you feel like that's a piece of your leadership is you actually have to help them uncover it?
Yeah, great question. I think it's more the latter, honestly. I think people have sort of a packaged answer, and then you scratch a little below the surface, and then you understand what they aren't really willing to always volunteer, which is that real essence of what they want out of life or out of any experience. And once they reveal that, then they can really get to work, and then I can see, where can I play a role? How can I get them a little further along that pathway?
I love that. Question 3 for you. I often hear from other leaders that business would be great if it weren't for that pesky people part. I'm curious, what are your thoughts about that? I'm sure you've heard that before.
I could not disagree more. So I think people are the best part of business and leading and community, even the difficult people. So let me start with the people who aren't difficult. So I get so much energy and I learn so much from everybody that I encounter. And, I think human beings are sort of like molecules. They bump into each other and they energize each other. So my intention is always to give as much energy as I can, but I find that I receive so much energy in return. And from folks that are challenging, those pesky people as you've articulated, I try to look for, what can I learn from this person? What's the lesson for me? Might be understanding a different culture. So there's always a lesson to be learned. And so I've tried to make a practice of really, when I'm finding that I'm confronting one of those pesky people you talked about, I ask myself, what can I learn from this experience? What can I learn from this person? And that really serves me in that moment.
Well, it's interesting because there's a subconscious, like a psychology behind that says as you look for things that you can learn, then the emotional part becomes less overwhelming and less intense for us. So I love that because you're putting yourself in the control and the driver's seat to ensure that they don't actually pester you, that instead it becomes more of a gift and a blessing, for you to uncover.
100%. It becomes a learning opportunity. That's how I see it.
That's amazing. All right, question 4 for you. What other successful business leaders like yourself should be on the show? Who else should we be listening to out there in the marketplace? What other community leaders do you think are really impactful?
Yeah, there's so many, it's interesting as I think about the arc of my life, there's voices and there's, authors of books. that I find inspiration and value with. The one person that I'm, really connecting with right now is a guy named Julio Malara. Julio is the CEO of a publication in Baton Rouge, and he is an author, he's a leader, a family man, and I just find so much strength and energy and inspiration from him.
Well, I love, again, you're recommending somebody that's got the cross between, the professional and the personal, because I think that's so important today, is that that we emulate and look to leaders who really do find a way to harmonize those worlds, as opposed to, making them mutually exclusive. Business and personal.
I think it's essential, really, that thread has to go through the entire person. Not just play a role in business or a role as a family person or in relationship. It really does cut across the entire spectrum, I think.
Yeah. So, thinking of that, what piece of advice about communication would you give to other leaders?
Be honest. Always be honest. Try to find your voice. I think it's difficult sometimes to really be authentic. And I think people often put on a voice, here's what I believe people want to hear. And to pull that back and go, no, what do I really want to say? What's my magnetic north? What is the message I really feel that I want to share with people? And find that voice. Put aside what you think they want to hear, and tell them what you really feel.
Which, again, you remind me of the Maya Angelou quote, because, again, they don't remember what you say anyway, but they remember how you made them feel. So I think you're driving to the heart of what the connection is all about anyway. Right. All right. Magic question number 6 for you. Tell us about your favorite boss or teacher. Who's really influenced you?
So my favorite teacher is my great Aunt Lucia. And as a woman entrepreneur, I would watch her at her gown shop. She had a gown shop in Mexico City. I lived in Mexico City for a few years. And as a 9-year-old boy, I'd go to the gown shop. And I watched her at the front of the house, how she took care of her customers and looked after them and served them. And then I watched her in the back of the house when men and women would cut and pattern and sew the gowns. And the way she treated them with such respect and honor and appreciation, and how that went from both sides of the house. It was extremely revealing about her as a person, and taught me everything, the essence of what I needed to know about how you take care of people, how you honor everybody, no matter their station, what they do, or who they are.
I love that. Treat everybody the same. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Matt. It's been a true pleasure to hear your ideas and get a chance to, to interact with you in this way. How can people find you if they want to reach out and learn more about ProVisors or even you?
Wonderful. ProVisors.com is our website for reaching, sort of understanding our community. And for me, anybody can reach out to me directly at matt@provisors.com.
That's amazing. Well, again, thank you so much for your time today. We do really appreciate that. And this is Stacey McKibben with the Master Communicator Podcast. For more ideas and insights, please do go check us out at www.concilioteam.com. We look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care.